question is addressed to the Minister for Social Services. Will the Minister update the House on the progress of the government's savings measures in social services? What alternatives have been proposed?
I call the Honourable Minister for Social Services.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the member for Canning for his question, and he'll be pleased to know that in the budget the government has been successful in getting the real growth in expenditure down from over 3.5% down to just 1%, and that is an important thing that has to be achieved for the future of other generations in this country who shouldn't be saddled with a terrible debt. And, Madam Speaker, as part of the measures that were put forward, there are a series of savings in the social services portfolio. And I note that they included $5 billion in savings, Madam Speaker, for adjustments to the family tax benefit. And they included changes that went to the maintaining of existing thresholds and payment rates and adjusting end-of-year supplements. Now, Madam Speaker, it is true that those opposite have opposed those measures. They've opposed those measures, Madam Speaker, $5 billion worth just alone in those types of measures. But when I go to what they did in government, Madam Speaker, I read something very different. Because in government, Labor put through more than $15 billion worth of savings on family tax benefits. And what were they in, Madam Speaker? Well, there was $7 billion in pausing indexation of thresholds and supplements in 2008 and 9. Member for Lilley will remember that. There is $7 billion worth of savings that came from that, Madam Speaker, and in 09-10 there was $6 billion worth of savings in indexing the family tax benefit to CPI, something that is considered by those opposite to now be unconscionable, and $2.5 billion, Madam Speaker, in the 13-14 budget to cancel payment increases that were going forward. So, Madam Speaker, they opposed $5 billion worth of family tax benefit savings that this government was trying to do to put the budget back on an even keel, but they put through $15 billion when they were in government. And you know how they were able to do that, Madam Speaker? Because they had an opposition who was prepared to understand the fiscal challenges that the country faced. Now, we don't have that from those opposite. Now, I'm asked, Madam Speaker, what the alternatives are that have been put forward. And the truth is here, Madam Speaker, from those opposite, when it comes to alternative savings, there's been zero. Absolutely zero. Now, the Leader of the Opposition has said that this is the year of ideas. It's the year of idea. There is not a light bulb going off on the head of anyone opposite, Madam Speaker, when it comes to ideas on how to solve the budget. The Leader of the Opposition thinks the year of the idea is you're going out to buy flat-pack Swedish furniture somewhere, Madam Speaker, when it comes to ideas. It's not IKEA, it's ideas. That's what we need, Madam Speaker. What we know, Madam Speaker, is the Leader of the Opposition. The Leader of the Opposition's policy is about unfunded empathy, Madam Speaker. Unfunded empathy. He runs around the country empathising with every problem. He comes up with not one solution or not $1 to pay for it, Madam Speaker. There is not a light bulb over your head, Leader of the Opposition. You haven't had an idea in a long time.